about that, I can crush all the fuckers out there. Oh, we're live. Hello.
Welcome to another tantalizing, thrilling, orgasmic installment of the Final Scoop podcast. My name is Robert Schinetsky, the supplement engineer. Joining me as always, a full panel at the start of the podcast. This is the first time this happened in like a month. Outstanding, gentlemen. Outstanding.
I think I'm the only person to blame.
As always, I'm joined by my international cavalcade of cohorts in the supplement industry: Lukasz, Troublemaker, Rytkowski, Prometeus, Intelligence, Sports Technology, Robert Samborsky, Apollon Nutrition, and Lord on High of Mount Doom, Shane, Stack.com. Welcome, my friends. For listeners tuning in the live stream, thank you as always for joining us. Post up any comments, questions, queries, quips, smart-ass remarks you might have for our panel of game changers, industry innovators, and thought leaders out there. And I say that with a huge bite of sarcasm. Anyway, guys, another week has passed. How are we?
Pretty good.
Very good.
Good.
Are you still in England, Shane?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I didn't know if you migrated. I know you said you would be there for a while, but I don't know how flexible that is.
You might get like a few weekends where I'm in a random country because we've planned a few weekends that we're going to go to some places.
You know, is that just you, or is that all three of y'all?
Oh, it's all of us.
Okay.
I do want to go to Sweden, so that they're still very interested in going to Sweden. Me and Lukasz are planning that one.
Yes.
What's in Sweden?
Barbells.
It's just a nice functional place to go.
It's a good bar, like a good gym.
No, for like functional foods, like legit. You go to any convenience store or supermarket, and you got more protein snacks than a GNC. It's ridiculous.
Oh, okay. Is that kind of like the central hub in Europe for functional food space?
Not really, because they don't really ship all their shit to anyone else.
Huh.
Like you can get Bear Bells has the ice cream, and you can only get it in Sweden. They do have some of it in like Finland and Norway, but
yeah,
they don't ship it to like Poland or Germany or anything like that. It's specifically up there.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
But they got brands up there that you just won't even see outside of. Sometimes they do like the Scandinavian places, but typically
not.
They offer
Sweden.
most unique snacks,
And good shit.
and good shit. Yeah.
Stuff in addition to protein bars? Are we talking like more like beef jerky style stuff, like the America Labs like sticks?
I don't know if I've seen the beef jerky. I just don't think I've seen the jerky there.
As far as like jerky, you can find rainy fur, or I don't know how you say it in English, but it's a deer, that kind of meat.
They probably just sell you a little pot of chicken, little pot of beef before they sell you like a beef jerky.
Yeah.
Because they have like salad selections at most of these places too.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
We are going almost for ice cream, protein bars, energy drinks. Yeah, those kind of things.
No fiber supplements that weekend, my friend.
Oh.
Simon says, just in time after shopping. Hi, everyone. Hey, Simon. Yeah. What were you procuring from your local purveyor of fine goods? Boom. I need to figure out something to say for this. I don't know how to just go M. It sounds weird every time I say it.
What, is this a regular person? I haven't been here at the start, so
Yeah, we get like a hello every week from MVA, so I'm very glad and thankful that you're tuning in. Yeah, I need something to like. Are we gonna go Mary? We're gonna go Michael, Michelle, Marvin?
You can just call her Maria. I know who it is.
Oh, that's who it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Shane knows too.
Okay, so
I didn't know it was
Maria.
her. I just.
Yeah.
Just say what gender is it?
Maria could be a man.
Okay.
This is 2022 after all.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? Okay. Yes. All right, gents. Any exciting happenings of the week? Interesting tidbits you heard on podcasts, Lukasz? I haven't listened to Fuad in a month plus, so I don't know if there's anything in like the bodybuilding world I need to be caught up on.
Now I got a personal question as far as like one thing, because this bothers me a lot.
Hmm.
In your countries, do you celebrate name day?
Your birthday?
No, birthday is one thing, but the name day, do you celebrate it?
What is
Do
the
you have
difference?
do you
I might
do you,
start celebrating. It sounds like my kind of thing.
do you have such a thing in your country?
Explain to
So
me what it is.
so in my country, you got two kinds of like special days.
Hmm.
One day is your birthday, so when you were born, and the second day is called like a name day. So every person has a special day in the year that celebrates his, how can I say, his name.
So separate from a birthday.
Yeah, it's separate from from
You
birthday. In
you pick the
Poland, it's
day.
called, in, I don't know how is it picked. That's why I'm asking the question. If you celebrate it in your countries, but
I
in
might
Poland,
start.
in Poland it's called imieniny, and it's
Name day.
like it's a bit different thing. And my name day was on Friday, so
I was
I
gonna
was
ask a question. So everybody across Poland that has the name Lukasz, it's their like special
It's
name
a-
day, or
exactly
It's a
exactly.
European. It's a European thing.
I think so. You can Google it up, just like check it out. But because I'm not an expert in it,
Interesting.
but let's say my name day was on 22nd of April, and on that day, everyone from my family and close people that know me, they were sending me best wishes and so on, calling me, and so on. My
Okay,
mom,
so
my mom,
there is a story behind this.
yeah,
Interesting.
there is,
Yeah.
but I'm not like super knowledgeable as far as like history or anything like that. So I was just wondering if you guys are celebrating
So you
such a thing.
celebrate a day that's associated with
What's your
one's
name?
baptismal name, which is
Yeah,
like a biblical character connection.
yeah, I guess so.
yeah, I think we'd be fucked here in the States because we got names that
Yeah,
don't have
man.
any kind of history. We have stuff like Lamangelo and Quantavius and Barkevius and all these other kind of names. Like, there's not a Saint Barkevius
They
anywhere.
sound like there was someone back then that probably had that name.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
don't
but
know.
try to Google it up. And
I
name
feel
day,
it must be like a religious thing, I assume.
celebrating name day.
Yeah.
For
Because people
example,
in
I will give you an example. My brother uh, is celebrating his name day earlier before me. So on 21 of April, he is
Yeah.
celebrating his day, and mine is like 22nd. But he's like, for example, his birthday is on October, so it's like far away.
So I believe it's a European thing, bro. It's just you guys. And in Europe, I don't mean the UK.
I guess so.
There's Bulgaria, Croatia, Slovakia,
The
My
Eastern
mom,
Bloc.
Poland.
my mom just got back from a special party that my neighbor was doing because his name day is today. So they were celebrating his name day.
I tell you
Wojtek.
what, if I was in fucking Europe and I grew up, I'd be celebrating my fucking name day. Sounds like a good
Cheap
time.
Yeah.
like a party.
Do you get presents?
Yes, you can.
Oh,
you
what
can-
the fuck's the problem? What's wrong with this? This sounds like a great day.
I'm not saying it's a problem or anything like that. I'm just like
I'm not
asking.
I don't want to be a joiner. I'm not gonna just adopt it because it sounds cool. But tell you what,
It's just pretty unique, that we only like celebrating it. I know that like Russia is also celebrating it,
yeah,
and
there's a whole bunch of European countries.
yeah, a few other countries has like also. When my grandma was alive, she was always telling me that during war, like name day was like even more celebrated than birthdays, which was like super odd to me. So I was like, "Whoa, what the hell?"
Well, I
But
feel
yeah,
like if it's like a religious connection thing, that makes sense as to why you wouldn't see it all in Asia or the Middle East, because obviously their religion is not necessarily the same. So
Yeah, but it's not only that, because don't forget, like countries like UK, like Australia, United States, Canada, you have a lot of immigrants from all over the world, so that would be a bit challenging, and also different religions. A smaller country, I think, like more like Poland, Romania, maybe Slovakia, Czech Republic, it makes actually perfect sense, and I think it's pretty cool, though. I think it's very, very cool. I think it's a great thing. I think, especially in this day and age, when you get to celebrate anything, I think that's great, because we have so many fucked up days and bad news and whatnot. I think that something like that is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Interesting. Just for Shane.
what's up?
I also got a one stupid question.
Oh no. Oh no. What you got?
But I know that Shane loved that kind of questions. I will still.
Oh, then ask away.
Oh yeah, I'm good with these. It adds some unique elements to the podcast.
If this is about doo-doo, then bring it on.
Robic, I'm sure Robic will shake his head once he will hear
Oh shit!
what the question. So, if you could eat a poo of any animal, which poo you would eat?
Does it have to be real?
The one is shaking head is Robert. I'm just a little bit shocked, but I'm digesting.
Does it have to be real? Like,
yes,
can we?
You need to survive, right?
No, not the poo. The animal.
Hold on. You need to survive, right?
Yeah.
And you need to choose one animal.
Oh, I'm not complaining about eating the poo. I'm just saying, can the animal be like real?
Yes, it must be a real animal.
Because I was going to say some mermaid shit, but this.
No, it's not gonna be. There's no Pikachu poop here for you, Shane. You're Pokemon.
Basically, eating animals starved, right? So
can it be prehistoric?
Feel free.
It would have been sweet to say I ate some T-Rex shit.
Bro, I've heard so many cool responses. So I just.
Do you remember how big that pile of shit was in Jurassic Park?
You didn't say I have to eat the whole thing. I'm not gonna eat the whole fucking.
Well, I don't know how much hungry you are, so yeah, man, go for it.
So, I'm gonna say T-Rex shit. How many people get to say that? But what did you eat to survive? I ate some T-Rex shit. And if it's good for a T-Rex, it's probably good for me.
Extra gains.
You see how big that motherfucker is?
I don't even know where to go with this. See, I was thinking of it from like a practical standpoint. So there's a certain type of coffee that's grown in Hawaii, but some of it's soaked or passed through with like.
He's gonna say something
droppings.
Stupid and just plain and boring.
Yeah, Kona coffee.
Like
it's processed with some kind of like
ant shit or something like that.
Did you heard the podcast where this question was asked or not?
No.
One, because it was on the Think Big Bodybuilding, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy was asking this question to Ron and to Scott, and Dusty as well. And I don't remember who, but I think that like Dusty or Ron responded exactly the same thing as you, because there is this monkey that is eating some kind of, I don't know, all the leaves or anything like that, and is shitting with like this weird type of coffee, and then you can brew or something like that. So yeah.
If I have to eat that, I'm gonna get some benefit out of it. I'm gonna get some caffeine, some coffee out of it, if anything. Let me look that up real quick.
Got T-Rex shit, bro.
Is it Kona coffee?
Do you know the kind of amino acids are gonna be in T-Rex shit? That motherfucker eats half the forest. He eats all the dinosaurs.
Bone broth.
Yeah, man.
Everything.
My joints will feel fantastic.
Here we go. What is bat guano coffee? There we go. All right, let me pull this up.
Oh yeah, guano.
Is this that thing from Ace Ventura?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The bat shit.
That's
bat
the one.
Guano coffee.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
No, you had to ruin a fun question with some smart answer. Of course you did.
He eats coffee or what?
It's made from the droppings of the Asian palm civet, Paradoxophorus hermaphroditus. After it has eaten coffee berries, the civet chooses and consumes the tastiest and ripest coffee berries. When civets eat coffee berries, the berries become fermented during digestion. Once the berries are digested, the indigestible part, the coffee bean, is excreted. These coffee beans are collected, washed, and roasted by farmers. Kopi Iwak sells for hundreds of dollars per pound and is exported to Japan, South Korea, and Taiwan. The fermentation process gives this coffee bean its distinct flavor. Shit. The largest population of civets lives in the Philippines and in Indonesia. Outstanding. All right, yeah, that's what I'm going for. I'm going to go for Backwano coffee.
Jane, coffee in Sweden on me.
I don't drink coffee, man. We've been through this.
I know.
Their energy drinks are more common than coffee.
Hell yeah.
Paul's with me on this. Somehow he knew that. Off the top of his head. It ain't washed up for me. I might try it.
You guys are just providing smart answers.
Yeah. What do you think about hamster poop? Little tiny pellets are like rabbit poop. These little tiny
look, if
pellets
you wanted to
pop
make
them
it unentertaining, you could have been like, "I'll eat caterpillar shit." It's like what the size of a dust. I mean,
I was going for rabbit because rabbit has also like a
You could make it like a game, like you and your friend like just try and throw it in each other's mouths and whoever.
Yeah, but if someone says, "Hey man, what shit did you eat?" So I had some bad shit. It's like, that dude had some T-Rex shit, right? How
bro, you
cool
sound
is
like
that?
a badass.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was going for.
Fair enough. Mitch, no energy drink for Robbie today?
Yeah, fuck, I forgot to get it. Dude, damn it, you noticed.
Hey, so let's change the subject and let's talk about the newest collab that Ghost did. What you guys think?
Let me pull it up real quick on the
the turtles.
feed.
Yeah, because I think that this needs to be like discussed.
Where is it? There we go. All right, let me pull this up. Okay.
Oh, wait. Hold on. See if I can do it.
This
You
is
actually have it?
the biggest fan of them all. Do it again now.
The Dan does it on his vlog, doesn't he?
And it's for you, especially.
Yeah. I feel like it's pretty easy because it's small tubs. I think I did it right.
Yeah, man. All right, let me pull.
It's tasty as shit, man. This thing's real good.
Does it actually taste like the Ecto Cooler, Shane?
See, Dan told that to me. He said that he said that they reckon it's like an Ecto Cooler, but I never grew up with that shit, so I have no idea what it tastes like.
Oh, you're missing out. We would go to parades in New Orleans, and we would always have the little high C juice boxes of Ecto Cooler flavor, and I've been wanting for years for somebody to release a flavor like that.
When he described it to me, I have something similar in New Zealand. But when he described to me the taste, I was like, "Holy shit, that's exactly it! It's dynamite, man."
Good. All right. Cool.
And all of the supplements are the same. Like I don't think I've ever tried a flavor that's this consistent across the 4 supplements. You wouldn't, if you had put different cups of each formula. Yeah. I don't think I could have told you which one was which. They all just taste as good as each other.
Cool. Personally, I mean, when I saw this come across the newswire, I sent Dan a text message saying, "Dude, y'all have done a bunch of collaborations over the years. Some of them, are cool. Some of them aren't for me." I said, "This one by far is my favorite." I was a huge, and I still am, a huge Ninja Turtles fan of the original Eastman and Laird comics, the original Ninja Turtles animated series in the late 80s, early 90s. I have all 10 seasons of it on DVD. I've got the original comic books, the black and white editions from Eastman and Laird, and these giant anthology things. So lead into the Halfling. I love the Ninja Turtles, so to see this I think this is my favorite collaboration they've ever done. So I haven't tried the supplements yet, or anything like that, but I love Ninja Turtles, so I'm happy to see it.
It's tasty.
I gotta admit that Ninja Turtles has a special place in my heart. It's due to the fact that I was seriously raised on this.
Yeah.
Not only from like comics standpoint, but also like the figures, the TV, yeah, everything that was involved with Ninja Turtles. I was like a huge fan.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was like younger, I had this jacket, and my aunt brought it for me from Sweden. And I was in love with it, and I was like walking through school every goddamn day in it. So, yeah, man, I was like a proud chubby kid. But
I was gonna say, was it a triple XL?
oh, back in the days, it was like an XL, but it was like I was eating it. So, so yeah. Don't know, fuckers.
Oh, damn, man. You were
man.
XL when you were a kid? Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lucas, I was there with you. XL when I was a kid, if not double XL. So definitely Eastern European food fuckers.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah,
Respect.
but you know what? When Lucas gave that little fucking sneaky bastard smile when we started talking about this, I knew that it's gonna be a fun topic. You know what? Ever since this was announced, I feel about it exactly the same as I feel about anything, and I have to agree with Mitch. It's cool if you're a 10-year-old. You know what? I mean, it's a cool collaboration, don't get me wrong, because Ninja Turtles, we grew up with it. I grew up with it. I mean, it was a very, very, very cool thing. To see something like this, I really like it. I like it way more than I liked Oreo, as cool as an achievement as it was, because I think like these, when you pay tribute or something like that to something so cool from a childhood or whatnot, it's a fucking phenomenal thing. But somebody recently, I'm not going to say who it is, reached out and he said that the final scoop, it was reached out to me personally, and I'm not going to name who it is, and they said that we are not as transparent as we used to be. Some of the questions are getting avoided, and some of the honesty is not there, and it's kind of true. I did notice it myself that we kind of took a step back in a way. We're forgetting though that it's the final scoop, and sometimes even I'm disappointed in it. But to be honest with you, as cool as it is, I've seen this posted fucking everywhere, and it should be rightfully so. It's a great achievement. I think it's a cool thing to do. It's a cool thing to see. I haven't seen one post discussing the bread and butter, the formula. Yesterday we released Hooligan, and it was a very successful release as expected. Number one discussion was not from us as to what the formula looks like. Not the cool label, not this, not that. And it's okay. I'm not offended by it. I mean, it's 100% fine. I take pride in the fact that we're talking about the formula. Is it improved? Is it better? And the same thing with Morphogen, because Morphogen makes products that are supplements, to deliver. And that's the reason why we see today so many fitness centers and everybody looks like shit, because they're buying into supplements that are not effective, plain and simple. They buy into that. Physiques are not changing. Everybody looks more or less the same. A vast majority of people look the same, because we're not talking about nutrition. We're not talking about ingredients and how effective they are and how good they are. We're kissing ass. That's what we are doing. There is one channel in particular, and it's not, I'm not going at Fitness Informant or even Price Plow. There was one channel that I saw kissing so much ghost ass that it's to a point where it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Nobody, even we don't discuss the formula. And it's actually not a bad formula. I actually looked at it. That was the first thing that I looked at. We're not talking about the formula. We're talking about how cool the collaboration is. How is it going to help your progress in the gym? Because that's my question. Is the formula good? Are ingredients fully dosed? Is it better than the previous one? And don't forget, I'm actually a fan of Ghost. I am a fan of their products. Some of their products are absolutely phenomenal. And you know what? It seems like the collaborations are taking away from what the product is meant to be. Are you going to talk about the car and you're going to discuss just its cool color? Or you're going to talk about the performance? Is the car good? How economical it is when it comes to gas, which is extremely important these days. How fast it is. How is the performance? Nothing. We're going to talk about how cool the car looks. I know some very cool looking cars, but they shit. And again, this product is actually a decent product. It's a good product. But it comes down right now. Jim Stoppani, we're talking about the formula. Apollon, we're talking about the formula. Morphogen, we're talking about the formula. Like a Pro, we're talking about the formula. But when it comes to Glaxon, we're talking about ingredients that nobody can even understand what they are or what they do. When it comes to Ghost, we're talking about what is the latest collaboration. How about what's the latest formula? Is it an improvement of the previous one? Is it good? I mean, for a supplement to taste good, obviously that's very, very important. But at the end of the day, it's a fucking flavor. The better it tastes, the better it is for everybody because it's more pleasant to consume and you don't have to choke on that shit. But guys, I mean, it's a fucking supplement. I mean, we forgot about it. Like, what industry we in? Are we going to see ninjas and warriors and this and that, and that's going to take the majority of the attention? You know, Lukasz works for Prometeus, so they sell vast majority of supplements. Some are good, some are shit, some are amazing, but they have different markets and different needs. But it still comes down to formulas, the price point, and etc. Because those things are very, very important in this day and age. Well, we are going fucking crazy about collaborations, and I know it's probably very hard to get collaboration for Ninja Turtle. I can imagine how much money it costs. It's crazy. Every fucking channel that posted this, I actually paid attention. Not one mentioning of the fucking formula. Not one. Not one breakdown of what the formula looks like. I mean, isn't it kind of important? Or as long as it's a collaboration, I mean, let's fucking collaborate with fucking President of the United States, and we're going to talk about how amazing it is. I mean, I could definitely see a great formula for Nootropic because his memory is all fucked up. That would be very ironic and would get a lot of attention. But at the end of the day, would it be effective? Or it's not really important as long as we are cool? I mean, this is not even a question of being right and wrong. But I think these guys who are logging in every fucking week, they would like a straight answer from us.
I mean, if we haven't obfuscated anything here, Robbie. I don't think we said
Robert, no, you have. You actually skipped a question last week, and a person who posted a question addressed that with me. We have.
What was the question, and why didn't they reach out to me?
It doesn't really matter because I promised I'm not gonna say who it is. But
okay, well, they can contact me directly if they want to impugn our credibility. That's fine.
Our credibility has been shaky. I'll tell you that, and it's been discussed behind the scenes quite a few times. Because people expect from us certain things that we should deliver. And one of them answering every question with being fully transparent. And if it's even because somebody's going to shit on me, which they did, I'll be more than happy to answer that as well.
Robbie, but we just started this subject. And we started
on the...
and I'm not, Lukasz, you don't get me. You don't get what I'm saying. I'm not attacking anyone. I'm just saying, actually, it's not even about us. I said that this formula came out or this product came out, and not one discussion. It's actually, again, it's not criticism on myself or you or Shane or Robert. This formula came out and this product came out, and I'm talking about others within the industry. And I said it's not even a fitness informant or something. It's not. I'm not throwing stones at anyone. Nobody has discussed the formula, not even once.
It's not a new formula, though. That's why.
See, for me,
let's bring it up. Let's bring it up, but it's not a new formula.
This is what, like, in my story, for me, I mentioned that this is a Ninja Turtles flavor. This is a flavor. It's the same flavor for Legend that was launched last year, specifically the European version. It's the same flavor for Pump. It's the same flavor for Gamer.
And I'll apologize. I should have said that because your channel doesn't even count. Because there is Stacked and there is Wannabe Stacked, all the others. And I should have mentioned that. You did mention it. I think, no, you're right. You should have corrected me because you actually did state that. And I'm sorry, you are right. I'm talking everybody else. Nobody's talking about the fact that it's the same formula or it's a good product. Because it is actually, in fact, a good product.
The only thing different is the Donatello one. Because it's Gamer without the caffeine, and I think they dropped theobromine. But these are all things people have seen before. This is just a flavor collab. But I guess because it's Turtles, like, it gets extra hype because of that. But I mean, I didn't bring up the formula because it's something that I think I assumed. For me, it's just another flavor. It's a cool flavor, but it's just not a
it's a
flavor.
cool flavor. I'm pretty sure it tastes good. It's just like, from a supplement perspective, from the industry itself. I personally like, what? I don't know if you saw or not. TJ yesterday, he actually sent me a text message and he asked me, like, basically, am I okay with the review? He was just interested to see, that how. And in his review, he said something that I've been saying for a few months before the release of Hooligan. I said that it's exactly the same Hooligan, just with slight adjustments, slightly better, but the base is exactly the same. And that's what he said in a formula. He says, in his review, the first thing that he addressed, he says, like, listen, it's the same Hooligan with like minor, tweaks. And you said, you've said the same thing, and it's the truth. I don't mind, because again, it's the truth. I don't expect somebody to go and say, well, fuck, Hooligan is 100% better than it used to be. So if the discussion comes down to the formula, that's great, even if it's the same or similar to the same, but it should be pointed out to the people that don't know. But the collaboration and the flavor took over the entire fucking product. Nobody's talking about the fact that it's a product, it's a supplement, and it's a great. Some people didn't even post it. Not everybody knows that it's the same it's the same formula. And just as pointing out something would be very, very nice about the product and its effectiveness, which again, I think it's a very, very good product. It's among the better ones out there. Among all.
I mean, do note that it is a European version of the Stim pre-workout.
Hold on.
It's not the US version.
Can I ask one question?
Mhm.
So one person that is listening to our podcast, like, said that we are not answering to all the questions that we are getting on live show, and that's why there is this shout about this whole ghost thing.
No, Lukasz, you again, you missed what I said. Number one, it wasn't one person. I'm answering your question. That wasn't one person, and it's not about that. It's about just let's break down everything.
I didn't finish yet. I just wanted to ask one more thing.
Sure.
We just started, talking about this Ghost collab. Last week there was no story on Stack 3D.
It had nothing to do with Ghost.
Hold on. And this week Shane posted the story about Ghost in collaboration with Ninja Turtles. That's why I said from the start, okay, guys, let's talk about it.
No, but exactly. You know what? You brought up actually. I gave you props. You actually brought up the same thing last week, and you did the right thing, because the product bags and Sledge came out, and I'm sure people reached out. You were the one to bring it up.
I'm not scared of
Me neither. And I think that's the reason why people tune on to listen to us. I actually want them to criticize even us, which is fine. But a few people, and I didn't accuse anyone or anything. All I said is just I saw a question that was not asked on few occasions, and it was brought up to me. I don't know why to me, because I'm just saying what it is. All I said is just, guys, let's pay attention to what people are asking and try to answer each question if possible. Obviously we can overlook a question because sometimes there is a lot of them. It was just pointed. I think any criticism and anything to make us as a group better, I think that people should know that we are actually listening. It wasn't an attack on anyone or anything like that. I think that it's just a good thing, and I think that the fact that you're bringing up, you brought up Jim, I remember, you brought up X and Sledge, you brought up Ghost, it's great. I think that's exactly what is expected from us.
Yeah, I just want to say that just because I don't represent any brand, or let's say my company, for example, don't stock X and Sledge, we don't stock Ghost. And I respect all these companies, but at the same time, I'm not gonna sit and just be in silent mode when some kind of bullshit is going on. And I'm not saying that that these brands are doing shit right now or something like that. But at the same time, it's it in my eyes, it's just generalizing a problem, because just because we missed one question doesn't mean it's our fault or anything like that. I think that for this past 96 episodes or 96 episodes, we were like super transparent, and we tried to answer to all the questions that guys have, back and forth. And if someone, we didn't we didn't respond to someone, we simply moved.
It can happen, yeah.
Next week, yeah. That's how the story ends. So just I will give you an example. It will be a stupid example, but still, Fuad has like 1,000 questions per episode.
Yeah, it is different. But I think they're not even trying to answer all the questions. They actually try more like to talk.
Yeah, so that's my point. We may sometimes miss a question or two or something like that, but it's not that we are neglecting someone or just like trying to.
And that's good, and we should explain that. Like I said, we can overlook it. Like I said, I learned something very valuable, that Shane has a preference for T-Rex poop. I think that's important.
Yeah, see,
It is important.
Yeah.
There's also something to consider, that if you enter a question in the thing, whatever pops up on the side, I'm clicking on each one of these comments that comes in. I do this every week, and I remind people every week. Sometimes YouTube gets pissy and doesn't post it. So even though on your little computer you go and enter a comment, doesn't mean it's getting through to my system back here. So if it's not that we're ignoring you or trying to skirt around something or not be transparent, whatever bullshit they're accusing us of. Go over to Twitch, send me an email, and don't do this little end around thing to try and get after us.
Robert, you don't have social media. That's by your choice, and that's okay. It's your choice. But the thing is that
my email is posted in the fucking description of all of this.
Hold on a second. Everybody has a preference how they want to get in touch with us. Nobody accused. People noticed it, or 1 or 2 or 10. It doesn't really matter how many. They brought to our attention. They didn't attack us. They didn't accuse us. They didn't anything. If we give an explanation that things can be overlooked, just like Lukasz said, or maybe we didn't notice, or like you said, YouTube, I don't think we have to be defensive about it. You just gave a perfect explanation, and I think that's good enough. And
but a few seconds ago, you're saying we're dropping the ball here. We're not being as transparent with everything. I don't know where the hell that's coming from. That seems completely out of left field to me. So,
okay. I'll give you an example. I think that even based on certain questions and based on certain inquiries, I think we used to conduct a little bit more questions. We used to do a little bit more when it comes to surveys, and a little bit more in depth. And I think people do want to listen to us. I think that maybe that has dropped a little bit. And if somebody says something like that, we just listen. We don't have to get defensive. Even me, who is extremely defensive as a person, I'm not defensive because I think, okay, you know what, guys, maybe we can do better. I think that's fine. I think if you are defensive about something like that, then I don't see a point in it, But like, for example, again, just because I see a question and I think it's on the subject, probably this question is for Shane, because I think he knows this a little bit better. Why do you do collaborations and not change up the formula? I would like to know myself.
Wait, what's the question?
The one that's on the screen right now.
Yeah.
Sorry, hold on.
No, it's not that one. It's not that one, Robert. It's by Mitch. Why do you a collaboration and not change it up? This one, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's something Ghost created itself, isn't it? They kind of made it themselves.
Do you think they were banking mostly on a flavor?
I mean, let's just say it this way. You don't have to change the formula for a collab. Like, look, my daughter got Peppa Pig edition chocolate milk. I didn't double check to see if they put extra chocolate in there. I don't give a shit. I'm like, you don't have to. I think it's Ghost just did it back in the day with Guzman and Tuning and what was the other one? The Rob Lipset one. They always kind of tweak things a little, and then they did it for Space Jam. But I don't think that necessarily means you have to change it every single time. Godimatized, they did it for Fruity Pebbles. They did a collab. They didn't change their protein up. They did the Dunkin' Donuts. I mean, they did put caffeine in it to make it like coffee, but I don't know. I think just because you do a collab doesn't mean you need to change the formula. Because
yeah, I agree.
To your point, then that'll kind of make it seem like it's more than it actually is. Because if I said that, oh, this is, I don't know, Twizzlers flavored pre-workout, and I tweak the formula because it's this really sweet collab, where let's just say I made like little changes here and there, I'd rather just make it straight Twizzlers and not change deck, and then you just be like, oh, so it's just a Twizzlers flavor. Like, yeah, same thing, Twizzlers flavor.
Do you think, for example, like on this particular formula, right? So the formula is an existing formula, correct? If they adjusted the formula along with the collab on a flavor, do you think that potentially could take away the sales from the original?
I mean, these things are limited anyway, and they've been doing this for 5 years. I'm pretty sure that they would have, if it was hindering them, they would have stopped it. But I mean, this is kind of like a special edition anything, isn't it? If Monster came, like I went and bought Monster's Halo Edition energy drink because I fucking love Halo, but they didn't change it. But that's good because I rely on that drink and I know what it is, and so I like it. So I guess for them, like, why change it? Their fans love them for it. They know what they're getting. They do a special edition flavor. They, you know what you're getting, and just the flavor's different. I think that to be honest, is as transparent as you're going to get, right? Because you know exactly what you're going to get, and they've just changed the flavor. So, yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense to me, but I understand what subs on deck means. It's because
what do you think about what do you think about like collaborations, right? Because you said it's limited edition, correct?
Yeah.
If something is very, very successful, does it make sense to keep it maybe a little bit longer than just a limited edition, or the collaborations have an expiration?
What's that saying? Too much of a good thing is, I can't remember the last part. But like, some of the reason why it like does so well, it might be because it's only around for a little amount of time.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's like a name day here in Poland. You got to play once per year, you know.
If you were celebrating name day every day, it'd be like, this is just life. It sucks.
It will be shit, you know, and it wouldn't be so special, you know. So if someone is like launching something different, then it's appealing for the crowds, you know.
I've got one daughter. If I had 100, she probably wouldn't be that special.
Damn.
You would kill 99 and choose one? I don't think so.
It's just, there's more to. You do too much of it, it loses its appeal, I think. But I mean, like I said, Ghost have been doing these limited collabs for like 5 years.
But Oreo, like the protein stays, right? Because I mean, Nutter Butter stayed, all those stayed.
Yeah, their flavor coat. Also, for me, it makes sense. Like their Turtles one it's not really a flavor collab. It's partnering with not a food. It's partnering with like an entity. For me, because like when they partner with Guzman, he's not a flavor. He's not Warheads or Oreo. He's a person, and that thing only stuck around for a limited time. They partner with Turtles. That kind of made sense to me that it's only around for a limited time because it's not really like a food thing that sticks around. But I see what you mean. I feel like it's because G Fuel does that. G Fuel partners with whole different types of things, and some of those I'm pretty sure are limited, some aren't, some stick around, some don't. And they probably have a similar process, like if this does really well, or I don't know. But I guess it's up to the company. I wouldn't rely on, like, if Ghost did Oreo as limited and then it did so well that they kept it, I wouldn't apply that logic to any other company and be like, oh, that's a limited flavor. But if it does well, it might be stuck around, because some companies will just be like, nah, dude, get it now, or you're fucked.
It just seems like, based on what you're saying, as is like, again, and you're not saying it, it's just based on it, like protein flavors with Dimetize, with Ghost, and all those, it seems like they stayed. And
I mean, it's not, well, because you got Ghost Warheads, Ghost Welch's, Ghost Sonic, they've all stayed around. They weren't limited. I'm just saying it's like a hit or miss. I'm sure that they're doing some collabs that are limited, some that aren't. But I just follow the brand.
That's why you never risk when you do like a limited run or something like that, because you can always say like, we are doing a limited run, and based on sales, you can see if something is going or not. If it's something's not selling, then you can say, oh, I think it's a limited edition. know.
It's tricky
But
with Ghost though, because they're like one of the only ones that does these collabs that keeps it around. Like a lot of these other guys, Rise I think is another one, but there aren't many who are doing these collabs and sort of like keeping them around. They've not necessarily flavors, but yeah. I mean, I would just, if you're a fan of the brand, they do make it clear. They'll say this is limited, this is here to stay, this is ongoing, this is seasonal. So they always make it clear.
Is it a very American thing, or Europeans also do collaborations? I haven't heard about any. Maybe I didn't pay attention.
Europeans don't.
They don't either?
Yeah. Max protein.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but the trend that's going on is like a huge phenomenon is these NFTs. You probably heard about it. Like so many like athletes and like superstars and influencers are jumping on it. Let's say, the Ronnie is now like into NFTs. Jay is also doing it. Sadiq is doing it, and all like offering like all these like, profits if someone is gonna invest into like their NFTs and like, start, spreading the word about them. But at the same time, you're supporting your brand. If you're like a huge fan of it, you will pay for it. I was watching like Nick Frashili's like channel recently, and he was talking about like Jay and Ronnie's NFTs, and like they're like stupid money. It's like $3,000 for like some kind of like NFT, which is like mind blowing to me. But at the same time, he said, if you have money and you're like an ultimate fan, you still invest in that shit, no matter what. So it also. One refers to supplement work as well, because we got so much, fans for Gold, for Glaxon, and everyone's gonna still, doesn't matter what we gonna say or any else gonna say, they're like a fucking fan of the Ninja Turtles. They're still gonna buy that shit no matter what.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
So people may not even like take a scoop of this fucking pre-workout or gamer or anything like that.
Yeah.
They're gonna put it on the shelf and just say, "Fuck, I love the Ninja Turtles. That's why I invested my money into this shit."
I actually think that Europe is more like the not the collabs, but more like the inspired market. Like they'll do a peanut butter chocolate flavor that's colored and made to look like Reese's. You'll get like an Oreo. Like you see that in the US, but you see it a lot more in like Europe, where they'll do an Oreo something and it's blue. Sorry, they'll do like a cookies and cream and they'll make it like that Oreo blue. And like some of these foods and snacks aren't even that famous in some places. Kinder's another one. You see a lot of them. They do like a chocolate egg or a milky, whatever they call it, and it's like the signature Kinder's orange and white. And they don't say anything, but you know what it is. You know what it is.
I talked with Shane this week about one brand from Europe, from Italy, and it's called. The funniest thing is the name, and I sent Shane the name, and he was like, "Bro, I'm sharing this shit out."
Yeah, I shared it the next day.
Yeah. The name is Fit Porn.
Yeah.
And the best part, their slogan is "Healthy foods looking good."
Oh, it's catchy.
Yeah, it's catchy, but at the same time, it works. And they offer all different kinds of functional foods and so on. And if you're gonna see the branding and so on, you'll see that they're like offering this
It's just
ish style type of it's and it's appealing for an eye. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it's like they also like playing on wording and so on. Because when I was googling for the first time, I'm not gonna say what John.
You typed in fit porn into Google. Not even I'm that stupid, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually was gonna. You listened to the podcast with Matt, right, from Compound?
Hell yeah.
See, I thought this was an interesting topic, and I brought it up at the end of the podcast with Matt, and I thought it was really interesting. Like when he was telling me the how much money it goes into ingredients. Mm-hmm. How he was saying to do a study on safety So if you're coming out with an ingredient that isn't before, is it 92? I'm pretty sure it's 92.
94, I think, was
Was it
the
94?
share.
Fuck's sakes, I'm pretty sure I get. Anyway,
Yeah.
early 90s, if it's in the supply before that, if it's in after. And he was saying that obviously if it's something that's come after that year, you have to do a safety check. You have to go through safety studies and everything. That costs $500,000. Did you know that? That's
still the
fucking. And I was telling, and he was telling me about this, and I'm like, so you got to put, and this is before the thing goes to market. So you have to believe $500,000 that this thing is going to sell that well. So you have to, and then the other one was
how crazy that sounds.
Yeah, man.
$500,000 that, and you need to believe so badly that this.
Yeah.
Otherwise.
And then he says that's for you to believe in it, right?
Yeah.
Or to work. You might not even pass the safety studies. And he was saying that he said usually $200,000 in, you'll find out if it's safe or not. And I was like, so you could lose $200,000. You might not even get to see anything. And he was like, it's not a. And the one of the interesting.
I'm sure you gotta have like a huge, type of a support group or something like that, investors or something like that. Otherwise, you're seriously screwed,
But I suppose it can pay off though, because obviously there aren't many branded ingredient or premium ingredients out there that after 92 94 that have gone through that whole process. So it's not like if you make it through, you're probably going to sell like your nuts off because it's like.
But
no one else you're really competing with.
That what Lukasz said. I mean, most of the time they probably have investors and whatnot. Because I'm not saying that it's still good, because I mean it's still a lot of money. $500,000 just to piss down.
That's ridiculous.
It's a lot of money, and I mean, yeah, it's crazy. And it's a huge risk because I mean, look how many ingredients are coming out like left and right, and still.
Well, you see, he made this point as well. It's like because you got to remember, like 3D Pump was made up of ingredients that. Didn't come after 94, so it didn't need to go through that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't, and so that was something I was pointing out to him, and he was saying like, yeah. So, and the other issue is if you come out with the stimulant kind of thing or like any kind of ingredient, part of the safety study is the 100 times thing where you have to take it at 100 times the dose. So he made the point that, and this is what I thought was interesting, was that the next stimulant could theoretically is never ever going to happen. Because you can't invent a stimulant, because if it's that good of a stimulant,
chances are
it's going to kill you at 100 times the dose, so it won't pass the safety study. It can't be that hard hitting, so it will either kill you or it has to have been something before that 94 era that miraculously none of us have ever even come across yet.
Yeah.
So I was like, theoretically, it's impossible, and that's how he was talking about how they got on the idea of teacrine and dynamine. They realized that you can't necessarily come up with a stimulant based on the rules, because nothing you invent is going to not kill you at 100 times the dose, and we've already been through everything in existence. So teacrine and dynamine was specifically made to enhance caffeine rather than become a new caffeine, and that's.
But that's the thing. Like for example, like Robert came out a few times. I mean, not exactly. I would say criticizing those two ingredients. So one of them, I think, Robert, you're not a fan of dynamine, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Not on its own or in combination with caffeine and teacrine. There's only one product to date that I've liked dynamine in, and it was Cognisurge by Jack Factory.
But you probably liked it because of the combination, not because of dynamine, correct?
Correct.
So here is my problem is that you don't like it. Clearly, you don't like it. I'm going to rephrase it. You're not a fan of it. But yet, it's a very expensive ingredient. You know it, and I know it. So don't you feel, for example, as somebody who advises to different brands to formulate products, but you're not advising to use it, A, because you're not a big fan of it, B, because it's fucking expensive, and I'm pretty sure most brands would not like to use something that is both not very much liked and at the same time expensive, because it's going to take a lot from the formula financially. So we just talked about the fact, how expensive it is to come up with those ingredients, and it's a newer ingredient after 94. So essentially somebody like you are not doing any favors to that ingredient, and I like it. I respect that, because you're expressing your opinion and stating the truth. I mean, whether people agree with you or not, it doesn't really matter. But don't you think that somebody like you will get on certain people's nerves because of that? Primarily, of course, the company that manufactures the ingredient. I
I
mean,
mean,
you know where I'm getting with this.
yeah, it's possible. I mean, I've got a good relationship with Matt at Compound. I've got a good relationship with Dr. Lopez, who did some of the research on dynamine and did this stuff on teacrine. I'm a huge fan of teacrine. It's something I take damn near every day, and I'll put that in formulas that I work on if it fits that application. And I've been open and saying I'm not a big fan of dynamine, but that doesn't mean the rest of Compound's line of products are garbage. Far from it. I'm just saying that like, that specific ingredient.
Just not
Same
for
thing with
you.
supplement companies.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
going to
yeah.
endorse every single product I like. So, but yeah, but there's also I know of a few other things that go on behind the scenes that certain other reviewers, authors in the industry have backdoor deals with ingredient houses, and if they get the chance to consult on a formula, they get a slight kickback from that ingredient house.
I'm still gonna try and corner you on this one.
So,
Yeah, go ahead, Lucas. Sorry.
Don't you think it's like a watermark for Robert? Because I always say, maybe just me, but when you're like you're seeing these formulators, let's say Drew Peters from Apollon or Robert, like any other like person that's like doing the formulation for the brands, you can see that every person has this like own unique how can I say impact on the formula. So let's say you can see like for example Robert doesn't like the combination of dynamine and TP. And in most cases he's not gonna like be up for it. He's gonna like try to do his own kind of a spin, and to use different types of ingredients instead of like dynamine and TP, But like let's say Drew, who is like a huge fan of nitrosamine, and then like citrulline, as you see, when he's like having these formulas, in most cases he's using more nitrosamine than citrulline. So it's like this water. I always call it that way because it's like it's not seen, but if you are in this industry, you can recognize someone's work. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do, but
That's why when we see Apollon, for example, brand, and we see the formula, we can say, "Fuck yeah, this shit is loaded."
I totally agree with you, and I totally see what you're saying. And I'm not gonna try to sound off negative about Drew because I like him actually a lot, and I respect him, and we had him as a guest. I really like him a lot. But at the same time, I'm gonna go and not really defend, but I'm gonna take Robert's sort of side on this one, and I'll explain why. Robert is independent. Drew is not. When Drew was on a podcast, he was with Dragon Pharma, right?
Mhm.
So he used nitrosamine. Okay, he used nitrosamine. I use nitrosamine. I like it. I know Robert likes it too. But my point is, for example, when I spoke to Ron Kramer is not a fan of nitrosamine. I mean, a huge anti-fan of nitrosamine. My point is that Drew is he's working for a brand, so he formulates for that particular brand, as far as I know, or helps to formulate. At the end, and no accusation whatsoever, just facts. 1,500 milligram of 750 to 1,500, right, Robert? Typically,
1,500 is the clinical dose.
1,500 is a clinical dose. I know for a fact that nitrosamine is not cheap, but it's not super expensive either. It's not one of those VasoDrive cell flow. It's not on that range in terms of price, but it's moderately priced. Citrulline, I mean, the gold standard, so to speak, is probably 6 grams. I mean, that's the gold standard. You can go a little bit lower, you can go a little bit higher, but 6 is the dosage. 6 grams of citrulline is going to cost more than 1,500 of nitrosamine. That's just a fact. That's the cost. The thing is that when Robert formulates or helps formulate product for companies, he formulates for other companies. So they either give him a budget or they tell him what they want. They give him a broad idea, right? That's how it works.
Typically, yeah. Or they'll just say, hey, we're looking to do this product. I'll come up with something that I know is going to be expensive, but I would rather come up with like the full thing, and then we just have to start chipping
And
away
that's
from there
not
based on what they
typically.
want to do. I would always rather cut away than have to add to something.
But we are like, we talking about like, we often use the word, I'm a fan of this ingredient, I'm a fan of that ingredient. But being a fan of an ingredient can also have a placebo effect. And it also can be sometimes we are a little bit biased, or sometimes we just don't know shit, when it comes to pharmacology or science or anything like that. So I know for a fact, because I get like sometimes these long ass fucking articles in Chinese from Robert that God knows how to read them. And they have like all kind of medical, clinical proof whether the ingredient works or not. So he definitely does his research. So it's not just based on his personal opinion whether he likes it or not, but he actually makes a reference to actual studies, which I respect greatly, because in my opinion that's exactly how it should be done with all supplements. So the thing is there is a side of, I'm a fan of an ingredient based on how it sounds, what it looks like, what it costs, or I stand by this ingredient because this ingredient is proven to work. Do you understand what I'm saying? There is a huge difference between facts and being a fan of a certain ingredient. And I think when Robert brings it to the table, he brings it more of from that perspective of actual either studies or references to something. And I think that's the problem why we cannot compare certain formulators or, some channels that are getting financial reward to push certain ingredients without any base when it comes to actual clinical studies. So going back to Dynamine again, if I'm about to reformulate, say for example, Hooligan, right, and I'm gonna say, Robert, let's do this, let's reformulate Hooligan. Dynamine at the clinical, or a good dose, which is I believe about 200, 300 milligram, it's pretty high because it's 40%, right, or less.
Well, the yield is what's the important thing. So yeah, like 50 to 100, because they compounded a study where it was, I think, 150 caffeine, 75 teacrine, and 50 dynamine. So that was the
but
yield
70-50 yield, right?
Yes, yeah.
So we're talking above 100 milligrams, say 150, yeah. Okay? Yeah. So 150 of dynamine or teacrine is still going to be expensive. It's an expensive ingredient. I'm going to go to Robert now, I'm like, fucking Hooligan, cost arm and leg as is. I'm going to say, like, what about dynamine in this product? I mean, I'll bet my ass, are we talking about dynamine? Robert's going to say, don't use it because it's just too expensive. We can opt for something else. So that's my angle is like, certain companies will not use it based on that, even though there is not literature but pamphlets or whatever the fuck you want to call them that says dynamine, and there's like all kind of charts and shit like that. But it definitely comes from another, like, he will not advise to use it. And that's, I think, very, very important to know, like, what works and what doesn't work in a product, especially when we're talking about such high price. We talked about X and Sledge, basically a copycat of bloody hell, but the Cellflow 6 is missing. Cellflow 6 is more expensive than VasoDrive and more expensive than nitrogen. Am I accusing them for removing Cellflow 6 because of the price? I'm not accusing anything, but I'm stating a fact. Sometimes price, cost plays a vital importance when it comes to a certain ingredient. Nitrates are very expensive. An extra is expensive. Teacrine is expensive. All those things, and sometimes you see in formulas 25 milligram of teacrine, which is not even a yield amount, and we know that it's basically a window dressing. That's all it is. Because even if Robert likes teacrine at 25 milligram, he's going to be the first one to say, well, that doesn't do shit.
Something else to keep in mind about teacrine, kind of like caffeine, it's got that inverted U, or that bell curve shape, to where too low of a dose on it, too high of a dose on it is going to make you have the opposite intended effect. Instead of stimulating you or enhancing the effects of caffeine, it's actually going to make you tired. So that's something.
I'm a fan of dynamine and teacrine.
Say it again,
I like them both. I like those both.
Yeah. And I know people that love dynamine. I just, for some reason, whatever the way my brain's wired, I've never gotten it outside of that one instance where I use Cognizant, and I've gone through 3 tubs of that shit, and I love it.
Now, for example, if you don't like it for personal reason, which you're entitled to, is there an actual proof that it's effective?
Mechanistically, there's evidence there. There's also the studies that Compound has on their site, or they have access to, that they've conducted as far as safety and the effects of it. There's a limited data, but that's the same for all of these patented ingredients. One of the few ingredients that actually has a pretty considerable body of research is something like nitrosogene. I think it's got over 20 studies on it. KSM-66 is another one that's got 10 to 20 studies on it. So a couple of these branded ingredients have a considerable amount of data behind them, where, S7's got 2 studies. Teacrine, I think up to this point, maybe has 5 or 8.
Do you know how much the studies cost?
Oh yeah, it's 100,000 on up. Yeah.
Yeah. That was on the podcast. Matt was like,
absurd. Yeah.
He's like $250 for a good one. And I was like, shit.
Yeah, double-blind, placebo-controlled, have a decent study population of like at least 20 people or something.
You do safety in 2 studies, and it's and he made he reiterated the point that it's per like focus. Like, you obviously got to point the study in some direction, and obviously that's a quarter of a mil per direction. I was like, holy shit, man, that's like 2 studies and safety. That's $1 million in the hole. That's before the thing even gets out there. That's ridiculous money, man.
Yeah, we talked about it like even like few times, on recent podcasts about like Turk. Exactly the same thing, so many companies are like jumping on it straight away, but data is so limited. But still, as I said,
it's kind of, I feel like it's kind of like DMAA, DMHA.
Yeah, man, but that's the thing. It's like bro science, Someone will tell you something, that it spreads around, and some people will say, "Oh, this shit works."
If you talk something and you told me that you gained like 10 pounds of muscle in a month, and and you showed me a picture, and I was like, "Fuck, he does look bigger." I don't really give a shit what that is. I'm gonna go buy that. I tell you that right now.
Yeah,
I might get 2 bottles.
That's how this shit works. Exactly.
But I guess for obviously, I think when you go those, because like DMA or DMHA, bigger companies aren't going to touch. But like, they're going to get sued to the fucking cows come home. So it's just even when they come out, they just know that some stores won't even let them touch it, and they won't even want to be associated with brands who kind of use it. So I get that. So I guess when you've got these more the ingredients that go that safety route and go that route of teacrine and dynamine, I guess that's much more fitting for them, obviously, because it's not really a risk. They're not really going to have any legal issues, anything like that. So it's But I know what you mean about the bro science.
But that brings to the point, like you said, about the newest stimulant, right? Like the research and everything else. Number one,
it's possible,
number one is going to cost arm and leg. We know that it's fucking going to.
It won't happen. It's just based on those rules, it would be impossible, I would have thought.
And that's what I think. But on another question is there a need for it? Is there?
What did Robert said? It will cost what?
Arm and leg.
Arm and leg.
What do you think he said?
I thought he said Arnold leg.
Oak-sized leg.
But is there really a need for it? Because if you think about it, everything that is good, so to speak, is either banned or fucking on a gray list or whatever as a gray ingredient. With everything that we have today, obviously caffeine, which you can fucking dose at 2,000 milligrams if you want. You have an extra, you have teacrine, you have dynamine. What else? Alpha yohimbe. All those. Like, is there really a need? Because if you release something good, more than likely it's going to get banned.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, obviously, teacrine and dynamine. If you go the routes that they went, like, you find something that's actually found in like supply pre-94, and then you actually go, if it's not, then you go through the full safety studies, it's not going to be banned. If you can actually follow the rules, it's not going to be banned. It's impossible. Like I said, but then it's impossible for a stimulant to, like, if there was another caffeine out there, I feel like we would have found it. But if you invent another caffeine somehow to make it legal, let's just say the stimulant was 100 milligrams and it got you lit up. To get past study, you have to be able to take it at 100 times the dose and not die. well, not even not die, not have any adverse effects. So it would be theoretically impossible for that to happen because it wouldn't stimulate in the first place. So it's, I mean, I think if you could come out with a caffeine like that's invented, and then it passes this 100-time study somehow, like, yeah, because now you have 2 caffeines on the market. That would be insane. Like, and I mean, I'm just talking up in the air. It's probably not possible. I'm just saying if you did, shit, that would be ridiculous. But right now, all we're doing is like amplifying caffeine. Is what
back that AMP citrate back on the market.
man. But obviously, amp citrate was obviously, you know, I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know what rule it didn't. Obviously, it didn't follow one way or the other. But you know, it's. But yeah, based on those rules, it would be impossible to come up with one. So it's. I mean, and if they did come up with one within those rules, then somehow we would have it. I think it would kill it if you had 2 caffeines.
Do you think, in your opinion, there is a market for it? I mean, you have caffeine anhydrous, you have citrate, you have dicaffeine.
Look at the. No, I'm not saying like another version of caffeine. I'm saying another ingredient entirely separate that stimulates you just as much as caffeine, but it's not caffeine.
Okay.
If you could invent that. But what I'm saying is that, yeah, of course we need it, because how well did DMAA sell? Like, it sold like hotcakes.
Another example, ephedrine.
But yeah, like these things were like, we've got proof that they sell like crazy. DMAA, ephedrine, DMHA, amp citrate, they sold like, so obviously there's a need for it if you can do it. No. But if you could come up with like the DMHA and you could do it in a way that was to guarantee it was going to stay around, I can tell you right now, you'd be a fucking millionaire, because caffeine isn't owned by a person. This would be owned by a person. It would be ridiculous.
And now you got,
even if for a brief period of time.
Yeah.
Well,
now
no, if you went through the safety route and you actually did look it up, then it wouldn't be a brief period of time, because you'd be able to straight up say, look, I invented this. It went through the safety, followed your rules, eat a dick. Maybe not use that in the courtroom, but like, you get what I'm saying. Like, if you could do that, I mean, if you got royalties on caffeine, shit, you'd be killing it. So obviously, if someone could do that, I mean, there are ingredients that people, like I said, $500,000 for safety data and then $250 for a study. And that's for an ingredient that's not on the same power level as caffeine. If you had something like that, damn, you'd be investing a shitload of money before that even hit the market. But I think there's obviously people out there trying to find it or create it. Just based on those rules, it would be fucking impossible.
Let's catch up on some of these that have come in the feed while we were debating this past issue. Sridhar, I like how each one matched the turtle's personality. Yeah, that was clever. Oh, the gamer with Donatello, since he was the brainy one. I wonder if
but see, then it was the gamer stem free for Donatello, and then Michelangelo got the gamer.
Well, he's the party dude. That's why he wants to be all hopped up on stems at the rave partying.
I don't know. They should have done a pizza flavored protein powder, I think, for Michelangelo.
Michelangelo was my favorite turtle.
Jason,
he was just the dipshit, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's why
all of them were like real, and they were all same age. You wouldn't have thought it, right?
Yeah, but he was always causing trouble.
Yeah, I just feel like that while they were all studying and like learning how to be mature, he was just down the road humping chicks, doing whatever he was doing.
The other teenage turtle chicks that were just in the sewers with him.
He was banging some turtles down the drain. I don't know.
I could relate to him just because he was like body guy, plus he was like eating so much shit, just like me when I was young.
There you go.
But like, they all equally as skilled though.
Jason, they'll look for products with ingredients that optimize their performance. Agreed. I'm not sure where the question is.
Yeah, I don't know what we missed it.
Yeah. I would like to know why Brain Bridge Elevate from Man Sports was
Son of a bitch, that was discontinued.
Oh, the humanity.
I'm texting Steven right now.
Get clarification on that, Shane. We might have breaking news during the podcast. Chances are, Brooke, I would assume that it was not a big seller and it was an expensive product based on the dosages, but that's...
Because they still probably have Brain Bridge, right?
Yeah. But I would assume it's just not a big seller, and a lot of these sports nutrition companies that have released nootropics, at least this was the case a couple of years ago. They would bring them out when there was that initial surge in nootropic and gamer supplements, and then they just kind of fell by the wayside because the market either wasn't ready yet for it, or their consumer base just wasn't looking for something in that, or they already had something that worked for them, like G Fuel. So
Or
that's
maybe
typical.
they're reformulate it and like add some ingredients or what.
Yeah.
Who knows?
TJ is asking for a friend. Enjoy the podcast with Matt Titzlow. Super informative. Love all of their ingredients from Compound Solutions. Shout out to my boy Chaz over at CSI.
Did you want to see an interesting supplement?
I do.
So, and I thought this one was someone that I thought this was gonna be brought up. So, if you caught it or not, yesterday, Old School Labs launched a series of supplements with Samir Bannout.
I did.
Now, before you show any formulas or anything, I feel like it's worth hearing the story about this because I thought it was very interesting. Samir Bannout, obviously, the line of Lebanon, winner of 1983 Mr. Olympia. Don't show the formulas, man.
I'm showing this.
Okay.
What it's called.
So
I'm not spoiling anything.
these are the supplements. Lava 196 is a fat burner. Replica GH is a supplement. Now, I was interested in the name Replica GH because obviously you get the idea that this is meant to replicate growth hormone, apparently. Anyway, so these formulas were apparently what Samir Bannout used. They don't say identically. They just said these were the formulas that he used in his prep for the 1983 Olympia, and that they've now made them actual supplements. So I thought that was a really cool story, right? Like something he used in 83 and they've just brought forward, and it apparently and it still stands its ground today. I don't talk to him, so yeah, I'm assuming that's as true as it says. But I thought that the formulas, specifically the Replica GH, I just gotta hear. I want to hear Robert's.
Yeah, old school.
They're not old school, man. This is. I understood if like you just called this an amino, like you called this like a precise amino or something, but it's not that. It's called Replica GH, right? Yes. Robert knows exactly what I'm talking about. Yes. I was just curious, like, and I guess obviously, like they said, Samir Bannout used this back in the day. This was his. The fat burner, to be honest, was fairly fat burnerish. It wasn't nothing I hadn't seen before. I thought the tyrosine was a bit low, but like it was just the Replica GH was the thing that got me. I was very surprised at the benefits that they have on that website, saying that you can see visible results in 72 hours from this.
You can't. I mean, maybe you might get like a better boner when you wake up in the morning or something from this. I mean, you're not going to see substantial growth. There is one study. I don't remember the exact dosages used, but there is a combination of arginine and ornithine that has been shown when you take it before sleep to create a very small rise. And like, this is not going to be something that is going to have any kind of pharmacological or real world effects in you. But in a study that they did this, they tested the levels, and there was a transient increase in growth hormone when they combined arginine and ornithine together. I think that's why, who has it? Somebody has it in their sleep aid where they've got the ornithine.
Yeah, I think I know who. I've seen ornithine in a
ornithine and arginine combination. But yeah, that's a thing.
But it's more their claim of the vascularity and the fullness. That's the thing that got me. The growth hormone, I get. You can kind of make that bridge with aminos and yes, I suppose. But that's not the benefits that they're talking is that 72 hours. I thought that was a rather specific time frame.
I mean, I think that's just to get some people excited about it, but that's an unfounded claim. I would love to see the research on it.
I said this in the post. I have never seen like those kinds of benefits for a product that exclusively features amino acids.
That is.
Go on their website. Go click. There should be a link down the bottom. Yeah, you'll see it, and click on the Replica because the fat burner. I love the story behind this.
Yeah. I'm
just curious as to why they didn't just call it like an amino. And yeah, this is the thing This is this thing. This is the part that got me.
Within 72 hours.
Visible growth within 72 hours. Now, you did mention about like an erection. I can do that in 2 minutes, to be honest.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's
But
like
maybe visible growth of hair or something like that. Maybe that's possible.
Yeah.
But the product's called growth hormone, and it's Samir Bannout. You obviously, the idea is that I don't know. I've seen some supplements before.
Maybe
I've never seen aminos.
maybe it can enhance like a growth hormone release or something like that during the nighttime or something.
Yes, but if you also go up though, it alludes to the fact saying that it'll help with vascularity and fullness.
Yeah.
I just thought this was a very loose mix. I just don't know why they didn't call it an amino. Because there was nothing, unless
because
like
GH
maybe
is going to sell a lot more than recovery amino or nighttime amino. I mean, you call it GH, that's automatically all the people that would go for old school labs. They're going to buy this hook, line, and
But
sinker.
back in the day, like late 2000s, I think GH would have made sense. Now, like I haven't seen GH used in a name by at least like a mid to large company.
Yeah.
For a very long time, you don't really see it.
Yeah.
Like you don't see them, adding train and bowl to their names much anymore.
But I mean, look, there are no references to any kind of.
But if you scroll up to the top, and you'll see the list. The list of benefits was what just.
Well, yes, I see that, but they're saying you can. Where's the study that shows supplementing with arginine leads to improvements in?
Oh no, go further up. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, see, muscle fullness and vascularity. I mean,
yeah.
I heard some stuff, but
this is it. I mean, look at those ingredients. Some of them are. I mean, I'm not even going to say it. But at the end of the day, when we are talking about 83 Mr. Olympia, I mean, anyone who has half a brain understands that he was using a lot more than just this. I mean, that's pretty obvious.
yes.
I mean, so he was relying on other compounds not listed here. Guys, I've been doing the podcast with you for 96 episodes. I've been on GH this almost the entire time. If it was that effective, actual GH, if it was that effective, my fucking head and my body would not fit the screen. I mean, come on, it's complete, nonsense.
Do you see the results in 72 hours though? I don't think I've seen anything. I don't think I've taken anything.
The GH, I mean, I'm using
that's fast.
2000 IUs. That's what I'm using. I didn't even see anything for the first 2 or 3 months. And then all I saw at that dose, and again, don't forget, it's actual GH. It's a prescription GH. And then even after that, I would say maybe fat metabolites is a little bit better. I noticed skin texture is slightly better. My recovery is definitely better, but no magic whatsoever at 2 IUs. We're talking for muscle growth. I would need to go over 6 IUs of actual GH.
You got skin
though.
It's crazy.
If you go back, I did like that. That's pretty fair. At the bottom, at the bottom, it says we guarantee you'll see growth results as early as 72 hours, all your money back. So you know what? I didn't see that. I actually, kudos to you. I think that's pretty fair.
I don't think anybody would well, they know the average consumer is not going to say, man, I wasted $50 in this and can't go through all the loopholes to do this. Because
no, I know. I mean, what loopholes? It seems pretty straightforward. If I get this and I take this and I'm not like visibly growing in 72 hours,
it's
muscularly, that's your money back. That's a fair. I mean, again, I don't. Based on my experience with those ingredients, I've never felt fullness, vascularity, or like muscle growth in 72 hours. But
not
maybe.
No, it's.
Kudos to Old School Labs for offering the money back guarantee, though.
Dosages used in this.
Either way, I just thought I actually really liked the story on it. I just loved that they said that they brought back Samir's products from '83. I just thought that was a really cool concept. I didn't understand why they didn't call it like an amino. I just don't understand why they didn't say it's amino.
I like that kind of collaborations, when they are back, old school bodybuilders or something, that refer. Cool. Plus, the brand, that is like affiliates with that kind of era,
Yeah.
bodybuilding, old school bodybuilding, and Samir is definitely from that era, and
It'd be like if Cutler Nutrition came out with if they came out with a supplement specifically called Secret 01 Growth Serum. Fuck yeah, that'd be sweet as shit. I don't know if he used anything special during that time, but if he did and put it in a product, I'd buy it. I like that cool little angle. You see that a couple companies do it.
Yeah.
But I just don't know why they didn't call this an amino.
2,200 milligrams of L-ornithine and 3,000 milligrams of arginine.
That's not far
Twice
off.
daily for 3 weeks. So 6 grams of arginine, 4,400 of ornithine, and here you're getting
a gram of each, 20 servings per tub.
Yeah.
Wait, what do the instructions say though? Maybe you need to have the whole tub.
Drink immediately after your workouts. One scoop.
Okay, post-workout.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. But
like I said, I liked the concept. I just, and the fat burner I didn't mind. If this was just an amino, I would have been like whatever.
Yeah, you just want to call it a nighttime recovery formula. I'm fine with that. You can say other things like you're
but Replica GH with glutamine, arginine, ornithine. I'm just.
I would say it's more like a gut health than like a recovery formula, because from the gut health perspective, you got
6 glutamine.
You got a decent amount of glutamine.
Right.
You're gonna take like 2 scoops per day. That's like 12 grams of glutamine. So that's a nice dose. I'm taking like on a daily basis 15 grams of glutamine.
I could be wrong, but I don't think Samir Bannout was worried about his gut health leading up to the 83 Olympia. I could be wrong. Maybe
Probably
he was.
not.
Maybe he
Yeah,
wasn't.
but remember that nowadays, the more research comes out and it states that gut health has like.
I'm not saying gut health. Gut health is extremely important. I was just I said, I just loved that story, and I just don't know why they didn't. Why they did it that? The name is the name. I was straight up. I was like, I'm interested to see what this is. What this has.
Yeah.
And I was just sort of looking at it, being like, I don't know how these things can do this. I mean, like I said, I've just never seen those benefits promoted for an amino.
Yeah. Following up on arginine. Talking about arginine formulas, I'm surprised sleep formulas don't do it more, especially if they have GABA in the formula. If I remember, there was a study that arginine increased the amount of GABA absorbed and its effectiveness. Thing is, arginine has just such terrible bioavailability. It's like 10 to 20%, if that. And you take a large enough dose to get an efficacious amount, it then is going to cause GI upset, which potentially could disrupt your sleep. You might shit your pants, or you have to wake up in the middle of the night to run to the bathroom. So that's about the only thing.
That'd be a visible change.
Yeah. All right.
I just thought that was a really standout product to share.
Yeah. Mitch, see juniper berry extract a lot in pre-workouts. Is there any scientific data that proves it actually enhances? Zero that I'm aware of. I've checked this with Drew Peters. I've checked this with Joey at Glaxon. Checked it with a couple other smart SOBs in the industry. None of us can find anything. It was
more common in the diuretics, right? The water loss products.
Well, yeah, there's water loss, but no, like Redcon used to have the Ampa berry stuff.
Yeah, no, like it was in water loss, and then all of a sudden it started popping up in.
Yeah, so
I thought it was in Sane Labs first that I saw use it.
Juniper berry extract does fuck all of nothing. At least from what I can say, I'll indemnify myself in that way. At least from what I can find, I found zero information, as has Joey and Drew. So, yeah.
I'm surprised arginine is still talked about, to be honest.
I looked and couldn't find anything. Brooke. Although sometimes the studies seem skewed.
AKG.
Yeah.
They're in Europe.
Certain aminos, though. Yeah, well, especially you get into industry-funded studies, that's where it gets really gray. Whether it's an ingredient house or a supplement company backing a study, especially if they have one of the authors on the paper, or like the people writing the paper and conducting the study are also the same ones in-house at the ingredient lab or the supplement company. That's where you really got to start being careful.
Do you think the benefits were like Samir Bannout was like, hey guys, I got a week till the Olympia. I'm going to take this. And then in 72 hours, he was like, shit, I look way different. Do you think that's it?
I don't know what it could be.
Definitely not.
Or like...
It sounds like just a massive marketing ploy to me.
I thought it was like sorry, I just thought it was a real cool story.
Massive is the understatement.
Yeah.
There's got to be a story behind this product or something
Yeah,
like
he
that.
said he used that exact formula. Well, he used that formula back in the day.
Yep.
Well,
You're
in
welcome.
1983.
Following up on the BrainBridge Elevate, I thought it was super sales-wise. Snoop loved it, and it seemed perfect in my opinion. Find me answer, Shane.
I text Steven. He doesn't reply to me. Oh, nah, see, I text him, and I remember them mentioning this, but they didn't make it over. I don't remember it being super spread out there. When the lead up to launching it, they said that they were coming out with BrainBridge Elevate in a few months, and it's going to be a limited time product. But then when it launched, I didn't see like it blaringly say limited, so I don't think that was overly out there. But Steven just told me that it was indeed limited. It wasn't meant to be around forever.
Okay.
Because it was just BrainBridge Elevated, essentially. I don't think it was meant to be a replacement, just a special edition version. So there you go.
Maybe check, Brooke, you can check stuff like DPS Nutrition or some of those other
Yeah,
places.
sometimes they have longer even after the product is discontinued because Doug from DPS buys like shitload of stuff, and I know that he is he likes what you call it. He likes Man Sports, some of their products, but it was a good product. It was a really decent product. As for Snoop, like I don't know. He also likes X and Sledge, so sorry. I don't know about that.
And I do not get a commission from DPS for suggesting that internet retail site. Maybe Tiger Fitness has it. Maybe bodybuilding.com has it. I don't know. That was the first one that jumped to mind because they usually have.
I actually think that you're onto something because DPS could be the place for it, but yeah. Maybe Tiger Fitness too.
Yeah, I just checked. Hold up, Man Sports here. Yeah, BrainBridge Regular got Joy and VasoJet. So out of luck there. Let's see if we can find BrainBridge Elevate.
Try eBay.
BrainBridge Elevate. No, it's regular BrainBridge. Maybe it was an exclusive through their site.
Well, there you go. There's your answer. If you don't have any, you're not likely to find it in again. So,
yeah.
Best of luck, though.
Save the ingredient supplement facts panel, and then you can homebrew it.
Make it yourself, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cajetan? I don't know. We'll see. I tried AmealPeptide, aka VasoDrive-AP, as a standalone. Not impressive to me. Does it enhance the effect of other pump ingredients? First off, how much were you taking? You need 508 milligrams of VasoDrive-AP, and that yields you a small amount of the actual lactotripeptides that have the vasodilating
and most actually have 254, most companies, so it's underdosed.
Yeah. So what it does is that it inhibits the enzyme that causes your blood vessels to constrict. So that's called angiotensin converting enzyme 2. So ACE2, it's an ACE2 inhibitor. So it prevents that enzyme from working. So since it stops your blood vessels from constricting, it means they're more open, greater vasodilation, vascularity, blood flow, nutrient delivery, and all of that. So it works in combination with, it's not synergistic with it because it's not like potentiating the effects of citrulline. It's working at a different mechanism of the nitric oxide, vasodilatory, nutrient delivery, blood flow pathways in the body. So that's how it works. So go for 508 milligrams if you can get your hands on that. I like the ingredient personally. It's expensive, super expensive. But yeah. Logan. Hey, Robert. I did want to ask, is there a pharmacological reason why the U-curve happens? It seems it especially happens with GABAergics. I don't have that answer. I would assume that there's a point in the body where you have to reach a certain threshold to get some kind of biological systemic effect. But once you supersede that, the body probably has some kind of either positive feedback or negative feedback mechanism that automatically kind of downregulates the receptors or the potency of like the payload that gets released in your body. You know, I don't understand the exact scientific reason, but that's kind of what is rolling around my brain right now. I could probably talk to a pharmacist or somebody that has a degree in pharmacology and figure that out. Like my sister is a pharmacist in a hospital. Robbie's wife is a pharmacist. I can talk to Ben Esgro over at Elemental Formulations. He's got a master's in pharmacology and pharmacognosy. So yeah, I could ask him about that. Brooke, I looked everywhere. It's fine. I believe it'll come back. Gotta have hope.
I mean, Steven just told me it's limited. It's not coming back.
Shane, eBay? Do you want me to die?
I mean, look, dude, if I loved a supplement as much as you're making it sound like you love Elevate, eBay should be bruh. It's easy street.
Is it worth it?
Yeah, man. I'd go down a back alley for some citrate. at midnight.
There you go. All right. What's going on, Dan? Is that the actual Dan, or is that?
Man, he missed. Is that him?
Yeah, you missed our earlier discussion.
You missed. I did the
Ninja Turtle smash.
I did the vlog thing. We smashed the tubs together.
Yeah, man.
To see the replay.
Yeah.
An unabashed Ninja Turtles nerd.
And replay that shit.
I don't think it was as good as he does it, and
Fuck, man, you are fast.
My backdrop isn't as sweet as the ghost of.
Well, you just got to start increase your advertising rate, Shane. Then you'll get that build out. That's all you got to do.
I can tell you right now, even if I increase my advertising rates, I'm not making a background so that I look good on Final Scoop podcast. Okay, I hate to break it to you.
All right. Any other will be last call for comments, questions, or other smart-ass remarks from the peanut gallery that's still tuning in. And while we do that, I will scroll through the stack feed.
There is one product we didn't discuss. It was mentioned about 3D pumps. The standalone.
Let me pull that up real quick.
Yeah.
Right. Dan, I just saw Lukasz text, so I wanted to jump on and say hi. We appreciate it.
Hey, man,
thank you.
You are too late because I texted you like an hour ago. You should be here by already. What's going on, man? What's going on with your timing?
Dude, he's on CEO time.
He's got a lot of shit to do. I feel
he's
like
actually making money right now, whereas the four of us knuckleheads are just.
I know.
I'm just sitting here smashing tubs together, doing fucking nothing with my daughter's clothes in the background.
Time while he's getting paid. So yeah.
Kazamon, Brooke. So we draw the line at vegetable, Shane, but back alley deals are fine. I guess I got to broaden my horizons. Would you eat vegetables for citrate?
Fuck yeah, I would.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I don't have to go down a back alley. I mean, I could die in a back alley. Vegetables, they taste like death, but you know, that might make me a little healthier.
The old citrate, not the
yeah. Sorry, yeah.
New fucking.
When everyone uses those ingredients when they come out, like for how long they use them for, everybody's trying to get the best one. So that's what happens. You get the premium stuff, and so it's no surprise it changes when only a few use it.
Sridhar, why is it that it takes a bigger deficit to lose fat?
Fucking amen, Sridhar. Fucking amen.
Is enough for those people to gain. Notice this trend even with people who track macros. Does it have to do with body types?
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say the amount of calories you have to eat in order to build muscle has been greatly over exaggerated in the bodybuilding lore over the years. Like it's most of the time people just have a high metabolic output because they're moving around a lot during the day, so they were eating under maintenance to begin with. So it seems like they have to eat that much more to even
see. I'm reading this question differently. Like, my Fitbit said, well, okay, I done 3,500 calories today, right? And I ate 22 or 2,000, right? Yeah. If I eat 3,000, I'm probably going to blow up like a fucking balloon.
But you think it's glycogen, though? Or sodium water retention?
No, but like what I'm reading his statement as, why do you have to be so far below your daily calories and diet to like start chopping down weight? Whereas if you just fucking get close to that shitty level of being in a surplus, I'm Lukasz at 14, right? It's ridiculous. It's like you have to be so far below to start your body burning fat, but then like it's not like if I was 1,000 calories over my daily activity.
Yeah.
I feel like the damage would be much more severe than, just chipping away at the weight. I see what he means. Like, it's not like a simple math. Like 2,000 calories under would make me skinny, but 2,000 calories over is going to make me a fat bastard in like 3 days.
But
So
but the thing is, it's very, very much genetics, metabolic rate. There are so many things that come. I mean, there are some people who drop their calories slightly and they lose weight. I mean, if you take, say, an overweight person, right, and say just for argument's sake, he eats, I don't know, 7 Big Macs a day. If he's going to go to 8 or 9 or 10, he's definitely going to gain weight. More than likely, he will gain weight. But then when he stays at that exactly number, say 10 Big Macs a day for a period of time, he's not gaining weight because his body got used to it. He drops it back to 8. Now he's starting to lose weight again.
I feel like it works the other direction as well, because you get
100%.
people who will eat
100%.
like McDonald's every day and just not gain a single pound.
Absolutely.
So I feel like it is genetics. Like it just,
It's an adaptation process of your body, so it goes up and down. You're absolutely right.
Everybody would just be working in a different way.
100%. Guys,
14 a day from 3.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, but it's personal, and plus, and if you did as many steps as, for example, Lukasz, for Lukasz, what is your average per day? Average.
Right now?
Yeah.
Around 50.
Shit, he lowered his calories to 1,200.
Yeah, but I'm seeing like this trend. That's a bad place, man.
No. But your personal, what is your average per day?
Yeah, but man, it's just me. I'm doing a lot of steps per day,
but your body is used to it right now, right? I mean, it's not like you burn more and more.
With more movement, I'm eating more.
There you go. What's your daily calorie intake?
I'm not cutting calories. I'm right now. I'm eating like around 4,000 calories per day. I stopped tracking.
Yeah, I'm not tracking either.
So I was tracking for the past like 8 months, and I decided just to see how my body will react when I will just like lay low and just stop using my fitness pal and just do the I would say instinctual type of
yeah. That's exactly what I do, because for me, like, I don't pay attention to how many ounces chicken or steak or fats I eat. If I need to lose weight, the only thing that matters to me is cardio and carbs. Like carbs, I have to track my carbs. It's not like going to be super strict to every fucking calorie and every gram, but approximately, like, I'll track my carbs and I'll play with them. But when it comes to chicken breast, whether I have 1 chicken breast or it's going to be 2 chicken breasts, I really don't pay attention to it. It doesn't affect me at all.
Yeah, I've noticed one thing that I basically eat till I'm like satisfied. I'm not full, and I don't feel like I feel bloated.
You go by instinct on how you look and how you feel.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, my first 2 meals of the day are only like protein and fats. And just the last meal of my day is like I'm using like this, like, I would say, carb backloading protocol. So my last meal of the day is high in carbs. But besides that, all other meals are only like protein and fats. So that's basically it. And when I'm using like when I'm talking fats, I'm always like as you guys know, I'm always like into omegas. So I add a ton of them. So yeah, that's my thing. But honestly, Schrader, I would definitely change something, because if you're gonna increase your number of steps and you're gonna lower your calories, you're gonna.
What he's saying here, and I actually do this. This is what I do. I could eat 3,000 calories and I could walk a fucking mountain, and I would lose just as much weight if I just lowered my calories and didn't walk at all. Like I
you're not
find
burning
that
that many calories actually walking.
no, yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like he's saying that he increased his steps, kept his calories the same, didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Then he just lowered his calories and kept his steps like a little bit more, and then he started losing weight. I'm the same. If I increase my activity, it doesn't generally help my weight that much.
Same.
Like, but that's just me. Like I'll do a little bit. I do 20 to 30 minutes a day. But if I increase that to an hour to 2 hours, it doesn't shift my weight. If I lower my calories, though, and keep my cardio the same, it will. So I can see how he's ended up at 1,200. I'm the same. And for me, I don't want to fucking walk all day. My steps are like 10, but I get what he's saying.
Interestingly, when I was on low carb, I did lose weight easily. There's something hormonal for sure, but there's a group of people who say that calories in and calories out only matter.
Not true.
It's one facet. Go listen to the most recent podcast I did with Kenton Sridhar, and he kind of goes into that whole. There's a book he references by Herman Ponzer called Burn, and they've done some of these long-term studies, and they did it with the Hadza tribe, and they were accumulating like Lukasz level steps every day, like 50,000 steps every day, and their total energy expenditure, even though they're doing that much, is only around like 3,000, 3,500. It's because it's like if you do 5 miles of jogging every day, sure, there's going to be a bunch of calorie burn in the beginning, but eventually your body acclimates to that level of activity, and there's a down regulation of it gets more efficient at the amount of level that you're doing. So for short bursts, there's going to be a ramp up in energy expenditure. But if you're doing the exact same, like 14,000 a day, your body's going to start down regulating, becoming more efficient, or not burning as many calories at other times of the day when you're resting. It'll just shift all of that down a little bit.
It's like we gave that remember recommendation to the guy from last week about like different training aspects and training methods and stuff like that, and we told him like, how the fuck do we know? That's the same thing here. Robert is right. You can have 300 calories and your body will adapt to that too, and then when you go to 500 you're going to get fat. So it's a very fine line, and I think that calorie expenditure or energy expenditure through cardiovascular activity is a little bit probably better, but also a fine line, because you can be on 3,000 calories and then you're running fucking 3 hours a day. Guess what? After a few days or a few weeks, 3,000 is going to be your normal. Your body's going to be expecting you to run fucking that long every day. And if you're going to run less, all of a sudden you're getting fat again. So it's very, very, very tricky. You have to experiment. But the main thing is like Lukasz is right, 1,200. I would definitely check that, because that's on a really, really low side. And, balance is the key. That's a little bit low for my taste.
Yeah. Even Sandy doesn't eat 1,200 when she's losing weight. I mean, she'll go down to like 1,600 or 1,500.
I don't know how old he is, but for like an old guy.
Same age as Shane.
Fuck me, man. Then
is he very heavy?
I don't think so. I think he's...
Because my low day, and don't hate me on this, but my low day is 16.
Fuck me, man.
That's just no carbs.
How can you live like this?
Well, Shane, when you lower carbs, you don't increase your protein intake or fats or anything?
Like I'll do 150 one day, 50 another day, 150, and then 0.
But the protein and fats, they remain about the same.
They stay the same.
Okay.
And what's the average step count per day? Around 3,000?
No. I've been just doing you told me I've been watching the calorie on this fucking thing. So I just basically keep my burn rate at around like 3,000, 3.5.
Okay.
But then like I'm now seeing this scale like shift. But then like it differs, because on back day it'll just blow through my calorie count because it's way more energy output.
Yeah.
But then on arm day I do diddly dick, so I just then go and walk 30 minutes afterwards, because there was fuck all doing during arms. But I make sure it's 3+, use 3,000 plus. But that sweet spot, that works for me. But I shift the carbs day in, day out. So I mean every day. So it's I don't think I'm getting used to anything.
Same age as Shane. I don't go as low as 1,200. It was purely an experiment to understand how my body is when I adjust the levels of nutrition and exercise.
Oh, okay. All right.
I see what he means, though. I'm like that. My body will respond better if I lower the calories and just keep the cardio the same, as opposed to keeping the calories the same and then walking more. It just won't. It just doesn't do shit for me.
Personally, what I would do, I would definitely bump up the calories. I will bump up the calories. I will keep my exercise on the exact same level.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go like super high or super low, but
Right.
just add 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 more calories and add more every week,
Yeah.
and then you will see that your metabolism is gonna pick up, so you will have like more room to spare. Because otherwise, what's after 1,200 calories? What's then? You're gonna go 1,000 calories?
Yeah, yeah,
900.
yeah.
Eight fucking hundred calories per day? That's
No, you're
that's,
right.
that's mind blowing. I will give you an example. My friend who is right now, he's preparing for the Ironman, and he has a competition in like 1 month from now on. But he's eating like 6,000 calories per day. But he's doing like so much activity.
Then he's
And
lean as fuck.
yeah, and he is fucking shredded. Like he you can't believe it how shredded this guy is. But at the same time, he told me, I can eat, ton of candy. I can eat crap. But at the same time, my body is like burning through all this food, just because he needs it. He
Yeah,
needs he needs fuel. That's why, I don't understand why so much people are like, decreasing the amount of calories they are eating per day. Especially when they are like super active. Because if you are sitting on your ass for like 24 hours, basically on your computer, yeah, just like Shane. Because I talked to Shane about this like a few times, and he told me, man, I'm going only to the gym, and I'm going back. I'm sitting on my computer and I'm doing my work, and that's how like 90% of people right now are acting,
Yep.
and they're not like me. They're not like doing like 10,000 even steps per day.
To be fair, I don't think anyone's like you and walks 50,000
Yeah,
steps a day. Just to let you know.
yeah. So what we are talking about, so that's my thing. If you're active, then increase your
Oh
calories.
yeah, if you're active,
Then
yeah.
then go for it. But if
That's
you're
why I
like,
think this little bitch is like amazing because it lets you
oh
know
yeah,
exactly. Like your metabolic rate will obviously change how much you burn, but I think the Fitbit is a great measure of like how fit you are, how much you're actually kind of burning, how high your heart rate's going from just doing fuck all, and it gives you an idea. It's not going to be exact to what you're actually burning calories, but it gives you an idea.
mhm.
And since working on that, that's why I only do cardio after arms and shoulders. I don't do it after deadlift that much, and I just make sure that I'm within range. And
And
it's
you may,
just
you may see slight increase in body weight in like maybe few days or something like that. But don't be scared. And after a while, you will see the weight's gonna stabilize, and then you will see even you can even see a major drop in body weight. After days of like increasing your calories. For example, today I weighed in myself, and I had the biggest drop of my weight loss till I started my weight cut. I was below 80 kgs, so that's like stupid low for me. So as you can see, it's like, and I increased my calories for 200 for like another 2 days. So
I think that because of the physical activity, like you said, and you know what, I think your metabolic rate is probably through the roof right now.
yeah,
Robert, I mean, from martial arts training, I noticed like when I did that type of training, and like a lot of cardio, especially explosive, like hit type of cardio, and I am somebody who is extremely carb sensitive. I could eat fucking carbs. I could eat whatever the fuck I wanted. And on top of it, during training, I wouldn't just drink like water and stuff like chains or something like that with electrolytes. I would actually mix it with fucking full Powerade and Gatorade and shit like
Yeah.
that. And like this much, like huge fucking bottles and shit. And you know what? Still shredded. Like it didn't affect me at all. It's a huge difference between that and like bodybuilding type of training where your cardio is you basically You're not even doing cardio. Let's be honest. You're just fucking walking.
Crusters is here to remind us for the best followers, primes, and viewers. See supplementengineer.com.
And use go to what is it, mountviewers.com, and enter the code Final Scoop for a fat discount on best followers and viewers.
Robbie,
You can
you said you wanted to talk about the. Go ahead, Lucas.
He can use my personal discount. Eat a dick.
Oh goodness. There we go. Robbie, do you want to talk? You said something about the Performax 3D pump.
Yeah, because a lot of people were like curious about it. Just in general, I see a lot of questions about it. I wanted like, what is your opinion on it? Since it came up in a conversation today.
I don't have an opinion on it. I mean,
as a standalone. I mean, yeah, because the same thing. Like I was asked the same question a couple of times. I'm like, there are a lot of standalone ingredients. I don't see a reason why this is a no. 6 capsules, maybe. I think it's a 6 capsule serving.
8
maybe,
caps.
8 caps.
Yeah, but
maybe.
it's
I don't know. Maybe should have been. I'm not saying should have been. Sorry. Maybe the powder. I don't know. I mean, I have no. Oh, it's 3,000. I thought it was 6,000 for some reason. Okay.
I thought it was 6 grams.
I thought it was 6. Yeah. Huh.
I know it's 6 in their pre-workouts, isn't it?
And there was an additional 3 from pure citrulline in a pre-workout, which I really liked. Okay, so I'm a little bit confused now.
That's a goof up on the supplement facts panel on the website, because it says they're putting it in capsule with the sizable 6 grams of 3D pump.
Yeah,
that's what I wrote. That's what I always thought it was.
There is no way 10 capsules for 3 grams. There's no way.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
each capsule holds about 750.
5, I would say yes, but not 10.
8.
Maybe message Aaron. Maybe I got it wrong.
Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, this is definitely not 3. Impossible.
Yeah, 750. Like if they're packing that thing out to the gills, a 750 milligram cap, you'd need 8 of those, and you get 6 grams, which is.
Yeah, there's 6 grams of 3D pump in there. In Hypermax.
Yeah, I'm pretty. That's got to be.
Yeah, something is wrong here. That's actually very interesting. Yeah, there is no way it's 8.
Unless you're only putting 500 milligrams of stuff in each capsule.
Is there anything about other ingredients?
That'd be small capsules. You get small capsules.
No, there's nothing listed there.
Yeah, no, nothing less than, I think, Robert, 600 or 650?
Yeah, I thought 750 was the bottom one. Like that was what you put.
No, that is the upper one.
I'll text Aaron right now.
Or maybe 800.
I just messaged him now. I'm curious.
All right, you beat me to the punch. You're gonna scoop me, Shane.
Do you have any?
Well, I mean, I gotta change on this.
Do you have any other websites where it's sold? Maybe just the wrong.
I mean, it's Performax's website.
Yeah, that's the one they're sending out to everybody. Yeah.
Oh shit! Okay.
I'm interested. I thought that it was. I mean, I wrote it on.
I thought I saw 6. I mean, maybe I'm hallucinating.
Yeah, I wrote it as 6 on my website when we first shared it on April 6th. So I don't know if maybe.
Well, yeah, because look right here. It says 3 grams of citrulline, 1.2 of glycerol, and whatever of amla right there. So they're saying it's the 6 gram dose right there.
Yeah, so it's on the tub, is that right?
Yeah. So I think that's got to be a goof up on the supplement facts panel.
Maybe this is what they intended originally, and then they just, messed up and posted the wrong supplement facts on the site.
Yeah, I think that's what it's got to be.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
The original is what per serving? It's 3,000 milligram of citrulline, and then glycerol, 2?
1,200 of glycerol.
1,200? It is 6. It is 6.
It's a full 6 grams in the.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're welcome, Aaron.
You're welcome for the free consult on this, Aaron. Bill's in the mail, buddy.
Okay, so the graphic artist messed it up, but it is 6 grams.
Graphic artist just got fired.
There you go.
So it's 8 capsules or 10?
It's 8 capsules.
8, okay.
Yeah. As far as there's standalone ingredients for every other ingredient. Like Alpha Lion does all their gains candy and their fat loss candy or whatever else they called it. So yeah, if there's an option to have a standalone thing, like that's what I wish they had
Yeah, I thought it was
standalone
cool.
Neurofactor. But for the people that wanted a standalone VasoDrive-AP in capsules, if they had that, those are what I would get. Would I get this specific ingredient by itself? Probably not. But
What
if there
is
was
the
something like a
cost?
Neurofactor or something else, then yeah.
Robert, what is the cost on this?
$32.
32. Okay.
And there's a 20% discount on their site right now
Yeah.
for it. So you pump 20 and you get 20% off, so you save $6 and change on it.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool because,
Yeah.
anytime you can get an ingredient that gives you the chance, like especially the premium stuff, it gives you the chance to try it by itself.
Yeah. So we can
find out if
actually
you like
test
it.
it and say, well, I didn't feel this
Yeah.
ingredient. Well, now you can.
Or like
They
if
have
you
that.
took a product and it worked really well and you were like, oh, maybe it was a 3D pump, then you could try the 3D pump, put it in another product and be like, okay, sweet. And then you can
Right.
use it in several others. So, I like things like this because, again, you can nail it down.
Or for like Hypermax itself, it's got the thing, like you mentioned, Robbie, it's got the full, it has,
They got a full 6 in theirs.
yeah, but I'm saying like I only typically ever do one scoop of this just because after that, if I take 2 scoops, I'm just
Bruh.
sweating my ass off forever. And I don't
What
like
are
that.
you doing?
So what you're saying is, out of this, you would take half of those, like 4 capsules.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it would definitely do all that.
What are you half serving? Aaron, Robert, what's going on here?
I only take like half to 3/4 of a scoop of this. But yeah, that's what I'll take the half. Am I still sharing my screen? No, it's not.
I'm not happy with that answer.
Say that answer again.
I'm not happy with that answer.
Yeah, I'm not happy
sorry.
with that answer. What are we doing?
Yeah,
What
I do like
what-
one scoop of.
Do you put one? Do you put one
Otherwise, I'm
shoe on?
sweating my ass
Do you put one
off.
shoe on? Do you put one leg through your underpants? What are you fucking doing here?
At a time, I do. Yes, I put
We
one
don't do
leg through
halves.
at a time.
We don't do halves, man. This is the final scoop, not half scoop.
It's a
Okay,
full
you-
scoop, but it's a half serving, so I can do a full
You
scoop.
see, Robert, when you went wrong on this one, when you were saying that you're a pussy and you're taking half a scoop of like pre-workout with stims, we kind of accepted you and we kind of like know that you're weird. But when you said half a scoop or half a serving on this,
Lucas is here taking.
Can't defend you.
Lucas is here
Hypermax.
taking like 3 scoops of anything, and you're doing half of one.
I
What are you
only
doing?
do half a serving of hooligan too.
That
I don't
doesn't
drink
count.
more than
No,
300 milligrams of caffeine.
That doesn't count. That has stims.
Do you wear your Crocs to the
This is
gym?
embarrassing.
Do you wear your Crocs to the gym? Are you one of them? Is that
No, but I do wear my Crocs around my house, and my gym is in that other room right there. So
good?
you know.
You know what? I'm glad I didn't drive to see you. I'm glad that I didn't drive to see you.
You know what?
Goddamn.
If both of you are making it to the seminar, Robert, you should definitely bring him Crocs as gift.
I am big
you
LSU
don't
colored
need a-
purple
you don't
and
need a-
yellow Crocs. That's
Wait
what's
for
gonna be.
me.
Yes.
Well, then we'll have a bonfire after the the seminar outside in the parking lot,
There you
courtesy of your rubber fucking shoes.
I'm bringing you LSU Crocs,
It's not a fucking Oompa Loompa, okay, dude. I'm not walking around in these Crocs.
and I'll wear them to the seminar too.
I don't think we need to request you to wear Crocs, do you? I'm pretty sure you wear them happily.
I don't travel with them. That's strictly
They're the
around
comfiest thing in the world.
It's like my old man slippers around the house.
Yeah, whatever.
Logan. That's why I mostly buy standalone products
Yeah.
now, so I can play around with powders to fit my needs no matter the day. Yeah, for like those kind of, other like those. That's where I think this really fits. Or if you're like me, or if it's a lower stim day, you don't need or want 400 milligrams of caffeine in your pre-workout. You can take a half serving, add some of this to it. You get the full pump experience.
Lower stim
Yeah.
for you is no stim.
What did you just say? I thought I heard you speak English, but it didn't quite translate. I thought I heard you say lowest stem.
I'm speaking that American English, not the Queen's English like you speak, sir.
It's fucking English, bro. Okay.
I'm Polish. I don't understand that kind of language.
Yeah, a lower stim for Robert is non-stim.
It doesn't quite translate lowest stem. What is this? You look, dude. If you go to the gym, you gotta fuck yourself up. Okay, that's what I do.
So is it bad to say that I didn't have caffeine until like 2:00 this afternoon? I had nothing until 2:00.
No, it's okay as long as
Did
you
you go
have
to the gym?
caffeine and you didn't fucking go like half a serving or something.
I trained on a non-stim pre-workout this morning.
Yeah, you see, Sridhar knows Lukasz.
Yes.
Or stim
Yeah.
Lucas.
That's just the starting point.
That's
So if
like,
we,
like an appetizer in a restaurant, right?
if we train together, you're just gonna be like
Yes.
cruising around with steady hands and.
No, if we're training at Apollon, I'm gonna caffeinate properly. I will do a full scoop of hooligan just for you, Shane.
You will be a savage.
Exactly. My receptors won't be shot, so
You
that
can't be a savage, okay?
Cross.
No, not savage.
Savage.
Oh,
Man, go look at Dr. Mike Israetel from Renaissance Periodization. He wears Crocs to the gym. It's okay.
I don't know if you understand this. The Rock could wear Crocs to the gym. I'm still gonna think they look fucking hideous. Okay, I don't need anyone to be like, oh, I mean, he came out with Zoa. It's the Rock's energy drink. I still did not like it.
Bad comparison.
It doesn't matter who you put the
Crocs
Crocs
are
on.
cool. Zoa energy
I just saw Zoa at Costco. Fuck.
Yeah, they launched the variety pack and the slim cans.
You're expanding, big time.
Killers.
All right. Rice fuel.
Anyone tried the rice fuel? Nope.
Not yet. We've only got 2 flavors out. Oh, sorry. I think it was, 2 at Vitamin Shop. I'm not gonna get a variety. I'm gonna wait until I get the whole variety pack and then ship them over to the Queensland.
There you go. Cool.
Guys, for the next, not gonna go into specifics yet, but not sure, not comfortable, I guess. But for the next, probably it's gonna be final in the next 2 days, but probably for the next 2 weeks, maybe 3. I'm not sure. I might not be joining you. I'll be sort of on the road. So I mean, if I can, if it's gonna be possible, I'll definitely join. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Oh man, no, I have to. No, I have to show up.
Yeah, I'll definitely do my best.
No, I mean, and I'm gonna have to show up because if it's just Lukasz and Robert by themselves,
well, judging by you joining today on time, and you were probably the first one.
That's pretty good. I was.
I think you're finally back to normal.
I mean, maybe, but
it's gonna be just me and Robert. That's gonna be like a show, 30 minutes until we're done.
Just make sure Robert takes his caffeine and not half a serving.
Oh, I'll make sure. He's gonna be savage.
I do wonder what he does when he gyms because I'm just curious what savage or thavage looks like to Robert. Well, him on hooligan at 600 milligrams while he usually sprinkles 100. Oh, okay, wait.
White gloves.
Yeah. You think he's got gym gloves?
Yeah, without the fingers, like I just the palms right there. I gotta have these sensitive hands right here.
And they're brand new gloves because he recycles them every month because you get.
I don't recycle. I just throw them in the trash. There's no recycling here.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like you gotta replace them, keep them fresh. Gotta keep them
Texas.
hands.
We don't recycle shit, man. We just throw it in the back and burn it.
Gotta keep them hands pretty.
He's gonna wear a mask.
Look, those nice little calluses right there. See? That's
Oh,
not
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got something there.
Yeah, mine are pretty fucked.
Why does Shane's name in YouTube spell stacked like that?
I spelled it like that on purpose.
Because everybody always says stacked 3D.
Yeah, for some stupid fucking
3D,
reason.
Instead of stacked 3D or just stacked.
I mean, it's just stacked. But then some people say stacked 3D, and then some people say stacked 3D. And they just start putting in letters when they want. Yeah, each to their own.
I guess people.
Was it annoying to you at first, or like you never gave a fuck?
When it first happened, I'm like, wait, the fuck did he say? Like, why would you say that? Why would you pronounce 3? Like, I thought it was very clearly an E. Like, it was obvious.
He started in Europe, probably, right?
No, it was Americans.
Huh?
Europeans always get it right. Americans are just, I just don't get it. But then they also pronounce the Jacked as Jack 3D.
I would say everybody I know, I would say probably 9 out of 10 at least, they say stack 3D.
Yeah, so many people say stack 3D.
Is there a rebrand going on, Shane?
Yeah, I'm gonna I was gonna try and get stack.3D as web address, but I said nah, it's too much hassle. And then you could really call it stack3D, but nah. Here we go.
All right, one and all. Thank you for joining us. We've gone through the comments. We appreciate each and every one of you participating as always. If you like what you're seeing here, want to see more, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you got a question, comment, or dispute for a future episode of the podcast, leave a comment down below. Send me an email to supplementengineer@gmail.com or contact one of my 3 compatriots at their preferred points of contact. And courtesy Sridhar, don't forget to subscribe to Stack3D notifications and podcast for the latest in the supplement industry. Kind reminder to turn off ad blockers for Stack as well. You don't want to miss out on the great podcasts like the one Alex mentioned today.
I feel like he's like... I appreciate that it's on a template and he's just fucking 3-handing it every week. Like, it just changes.
Okay.
Kudos.
A true
when are we doing another giveaway
of the podcast?
He's a trooper.
There we go.
When are we doing another giveaway?
Peter, you're gonna get a pizza from that. Go Bungo!
There we go.
Sridhar
especially.
Yeah,
subscribe to the Supplement Engineer newsletter.
1,200 calories.
For nerdy shit. Not industry breaking news like Shane, but nerdy supplement shit. Shameless plug. All right, one and all, we'll catch you all next time on the Final Scoop.